fam? I am the exception, and it's time to get back to this game that I can't resist but play it again. It's very rare for me to consecutively play games on this channel. Usually I leave the replays a little bit more farther apart, but this game is just too fucking good. I had a blast with it, and I apologize in advance again because I'm probably going to break down every little aspect and talk about every little thing and the ways that it makes me feel and all that shit. But if you can bear with me, I'm going to try to have some fun with it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Do forget the chapter we was on. Holy shit. I think that's the least close to English I've ever heard anyone speak on this channel.
It's going to kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Don't go to the door. By the way, I love this music. I've loved all the music in this game so far. It's a very swaggy pad. It's extremely swaggy pad. Coda's got good taste. Well, I can't words too well. Oh, hey, we're back to the place.
You're like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Prison with a bunch of modern furniture and shit. There's something... What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV with surround sound, a refrigerator, a giant hole in the ground? The fuck? How about none of the... I guess a giant hole in the ground, why not? It was interesting, the words that he chose. A prison with fancy furniture. I'm not going to read too far into this one, elaborate on it too much, but the first thing that makes me think of is the prison of consumerism and always not feeling like you have enough, always wanting the next biggest TV, the next fastest car, the next shiniest object in your life. That was the first thing it made me think about. Let's put a huge... Wait, hold up. Okay, now what along with the wall of the room? By the way, that's not a huge hole. That's a fucking... Or is that a metaphor? Along the wall of the room, let's put a huge picture of horse. I'd really like washing machine. Oh, Coda, you don't know how to fucking spell, bro. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Let's do a picture of a horse, babe. I think we should light up this room a bit. A skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. Tesla coils in each corner, yeah. Full ceiling window, baby. A skylight. Is it actually gonna... Nope, it's not. It's gonna just do one of those. You're doing absolutely nothing that I want you to do, sir. Who are you? What exactly are you doing this from? Where exactly? I am pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference. Tables were invented on 1935. None of my choices are making a difference, sir. Oh!
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah, I bet. I would love to break this down. And
so, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. I can do that. This guide will enable you to escape. Follow the instructions carefully. Stop. God, I love this music. First, click on this table. Aight, dog. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click and turn it slightly. Alright. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. What floor lamp? Oh, there it is. Doop, doop. Now to the left side sofa. And move it a little. Okay. Alright. Finally touch the shelves. And I can do that. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Where was the start? Oh, it was back there. Return. Oh. Okay.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes
pause.
it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Last version of the prison game, but the prison's not in it. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't talk. Okay, because I want to elaborate on something real quick. And this is probably the deepest we'll go in elaborations with this game. I mean, maybe it'll get deeper later, but this is probably the deepest I'll actually talk on this channel. And that has to do with what's the fucking point of life. The way that this narrator continues to speak about Coda is extremely disheartening. As I mentioned in the last video, he keeps hoping he'll conform. He keeps hoping that Coda will change. I see a beauty in Coda, and does that mean that anybody who is in a way insane or lacking the ability to comprehend everything in a normal way? I mean, as you might be able to tell, I'm very different myself, and I don't perceive things as a lot of people do. And I've grown to accept and appreciate that, because to me, difference is what makes the world so beautiful. And again, it's extremely disheartening to hear this narrator continually say, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, he should be doing this, he's not doing that. I argued with him to do this and that. Fucking let Coda be Coda. He's doing all these things, and sure, you might open doors in different directions and say, hey, look, have you ever thought about beginning to kind of string these ideas together or stuff like that? Offering possible paths to go, but the narrator seems to be really pushing him. And the way he's speaking about all this seems to be very, not so much manipulative, but in a way, perhaps. Getting back to the overarching topic in this little breakdown we're having right now, when it comes down to the point of life or the purpose of life or the reason, to encourage everyone to take the same boring, monotonous, conforming path, to just inspire, to normalize, there's a certain level of that which is good. But even if it's self-destructive in a way, which I've been through that, I've been through where things are so upside down, things are so chaotic and out of control that you do wish there's a semblance of normalcy. But there's a beauty to all of it. And to try to suggest or to push someone to mellow out, to normalize, is just, it's a crime, in my opinion. Again, to show people doors, that's the analogy I make a lot when it comes to people and trying to help people in my world, or trying not necessarily to help, because there's no right or wrong. I try to show anybody doors. If you're going a certain direction in life and I personally don't agree with it, or I think that you could go another way, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you, hey, no, go that way. I will say, hey, here's an option. Have you considered this yet? And to introduce thought and introduce a change, a possible change of mind, if that's what they desire. And again, I really don't agree with how the narrator's kind of basic bitching, and Coda is this supernova of difference and uniqueness. And sometimes those supernovas explode. Wait, doesn't a supernova mean it's already exploded? I don't fucking know. Sometimes those supernovas collapse into a black hole, and it's a crazy ass situation. But what is the point of life? Tell me how being normal makes life better. To me, you can't convince me that that's true. You can't convince me. Maybe it works for you, but for some of us, it doesn't. For me, shit being on fire is the beauty of life. There's a certain level that things should, that it certainly helps if things are a certain way. But beyond that, man, there's so much beauty in chaos. Let's keep going. I agree, Mac. We all have our own way in life, and we can't let people tell us no or try and change us. Exactly how I feel. I mean, people can tell you, and I've got a lot of people in my life. I've got a lot of people in my life who've tried to push me in different directions, and there was a lot of bitterness I held against those people. But what you can always rest on is just they're doing what they believe in. And I appreciate that. So, a lot of people have suggested things to me in order to do what they believe would be helping me. And I appreciate that. And for long periods in my life, I had succumbed to that and conformed to what they wanted, becoming less and less of myself as time went on. And it finally got to a place of just complete resistance. I do listen to people when they give me suggestions, but beyond that, there's such a beauty in just saying fuck anybody else trying to change what I am. I do believe that I'll change throughout time. I've changed a lot throughout my time so far, but only at this point in time, only when I truly believe in it. It's a difficult balance. It's an extremely difficult balance. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but to me, there is just so... And I don't know, once you give up so much of yourself to conform to somebody else and the way that they want things, to me, sometimes you can't get that back. And that shit's tough. Let's keep going. Hey, look, it's the lamppost. The lamppost is very interesting to me. I think when the narrator has mentioned that, like, it's kind of on a basic level what the lamppost means, like a destination for his games, but I think it's more symbolic than that. I really think it's more symbolic than that. Let's go! Phone booth time. Hello, who's this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. Hey, it's me. Okay. You're me? ... So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the future maze.
It's a conversation. Yep. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. All of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Again, I don't totally agree with that. I don't. The narrator keeps saying that he's... Maybe in a way Coda is reaching out. Maybe there is an essence of that. But this is also extremely creative. And although it's very claustrophobic in that, he's just talking to himself and stuff like that, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a cry for help. This is just extremely odd. It may be a cry for help, and like I said, I think that Coda kills himself at the end of this. It'd be very interesting if that were true, because I'm kind of foreseeing that. I hope he doesn't. Yep, I was in the future maze. Yes, I was in the escape tutorial. Yep, I was in reverse prison. Escape tutorial. Beep. That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful, because he's talking back to where he was stuck. And not only is it cool to see, or for him to talk to himself getting out, but it sounds like it's giving him hope. He's kind of, he baited himself with his own carrot, not in a sexual way, fam. That has nothing to do. But does that make sense when I say that? Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in prison was like. It's strange, but in a way, I kind of miss being in prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Man, I'm gonna break this down a lot again, but actually I'm already forgetting what being in prison was like. Moving on from it and dismissing his past. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in prison. So although it was claustrophobic, although he was trapped, it inspired insanity. It inspired incredibly unique and crazy thoughts. And it's interesting because, I've spent a lot of time so far in this video saying that, like, I've done so much to hold on to my insanity compared to normalizing and joining, everyday basic bitch society. Again, there is a peace that comes with normalizing in some ways. But when you find... It's so cool to have little intricacies and so cool to have those little, very unique parts of you that if you completely rid yourself of those, yes, you'll be more normal, you might experience more normal things, but it is abandoning something you're very familiar with, and for me at least is very intriguing and very consuming and crazy in its chaos and the beauty of that chaos. So it's strange and kind of miss being in prison makes a lot of sense to me. I want to do that one. Why? Was there anything about it that you felt good about? Being here sucks. Not really. True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. It was comfortable, I knew its limits, but I knew my place. But don't you feel excited about getting out? The promise of freedom. It was comfortable, I knew its limits, I knew my place. God. This Coda guy, again, fuck, it's beautiful because the way he words things is so poetic. It was comfortable, I knew its limits, I knew my place. That is just... I'm gonna do that one for sure. Is that good though? I don't know. It's uncomfortable. I couldn't live this way. So again, I think that my analogies or my analysis of this have been pretty fucking on point with what Coda meant to convey, because he's asking if it's good. Remember how I was saying that although those intricacies, those differences, they're enticing and they're inspiring and alluring, is it human? It's comfortable, but it's inhuman. Oh man, this is so fucking good. I'm so philosophically hard. You don't need to, you just need to be patient. Having limits is way more important than you probably realize right now. You'll see what I'm talking about when you've been there for a while longer. God, all three of those are fucking lovely. You just need to be patient. That's what I'm talking about when you've been there for a while longer. Let's do that one. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? Oh shit! Is this the fucking paradox of future time travel? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. I'm gonna call. That's how I escaped. Oh, crazy. No, I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. Aww. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. How do you feel? Tell me how you feel, bro. What? That will free me? How does that work? It honestly does. Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just tell me how you feel. It will make sense. So, let's break it down again. When you hit those moments in life when you fucking lose your grip on reality, it usually does do a lot of help to talk to people about how you feel. So I think that's what he's saying. In order to get out of the prison, share with me, open up to me, and let's help break this down and figure out how to break those walls. That makes a lot of sense. Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. That one, yeah, listen, you can't know until you're out. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Oh my god. Go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
One last thing I'll say about that last thing we just went through. Exactly what happened is what has helped me a lot. I don't know what has helped you or what might help you going forward to go get through whatever you're going through in life. But for me, what has always really helped me is the self-assurance that what I'm doing has a point, what I'm doing has a purpose, that my life has a point and a purpose, that it's going to be okay because I believe in what I'm doing. Which is exactly what he conveyed right there. I love this Coda guy. I really hope he's still alive. I'd love to chat with this guy, but he's probably dead.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh, interesting. They even have the same type of wood and grain. Hi, sir. Clean. Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. I might have to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows what's a man make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me, I'll place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Lousy homes make home loners. What? Are we cleaning this whole place? That looks nice. I'll give you props, bro. Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide where to go all night? Clear the table. I'll finish up here in a minute. Clear the table. Alright. Done. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, would you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? Can do, boss. Whatever you say, Cap. Where the fuck is the bedroom? Make that shit. This is a nice pad again, man. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the details make it matter. Alright. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing the job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. Very nice music. Anyway, it seems which matters. On that tidy couch, would you straighten the pillows and the sofa out there? Absolutely can. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up. As long as you're over there, I can do. Can do! Compared to Shell, incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Absolutely, baby. Do you absolutely have to make it especially cheesy? Yeah, I'll try to get by. Make it especially cheesy, babe. Come on. Come on, open up to me. I'll give you a shoulder massage. Open up to me. No, motherfucker! No, stupid, no, open up to me, dog! Hey, all these just need to watch. Why don't you come do that? Fucking, I will throw them at your face if you don't open up to me, bro. Shit, that tub needed cleaning. We're all just human. Aww. Oh, there's still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom. Maybe put them on the shelf. Can do, bro. What now? I'm all about this life. Now then, how about you come and clear your dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it, otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand with the future tours to the future you? Present.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, it takes care of you. I don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. There's a lot of truth to that, fam. There's a lot of truth to that. And one of the mention I'll make about, he said that if you don't own your work owns you. Something that, as I've learned as time has gone on, or what has become apparent to me, is that I can relate less and less to people in my life complaining about their work, complaining about their job, celebrating Friday because it's so close to the weekend. I don't do that anymore. I don't see work as a pain in the ass. Maybe it's because I'm extremely fortunate to be where I am right now in life and how much I appreciate it. Or maybe it's a perspective that anyone can have. I can't tell you because I'm not in your shoes. But it is a serene place to be, to not be able to relate to people who complain about their boss sucks or, you know, this shitty situation at work happened. I don't really have anything to complain about anymore. And I really wish that upon anyone else. Because again, it's a great place to be. No, I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. There's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty easy. But there's a bit of truth to it. No, there's a lot of truth to it. ... Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you please come with the books? Thanks. Can do! I love this Coda guy. So deep.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace. But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
So he just referred to this as did he refer to that as dark space, or is this dark space? I think he's referring to this area as dark space. An interesting thing, though, you know how he was referencing earlier that the dark space between progressions, so when we had to close the door behind us and then get into the next door ahead of us, maybe that dark space for Coda is peace. Because to me, the most driven you can ever be is when things are disruptive. At least for me. I mean, that doesn't work that way for everyone, but nothing gives me more drive than when things are fucked up. When things are at peace and everything's easy, I'm not encouraged to push too hard to do anything. So it's interesting. Maybe when he's between those doors, he's actually happy and, you know, just nothing's doing anything. Nothing's going anywhere, progressing, moving anywhere, doing anything. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Let's keep going. The light.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
Alright. Why did you come here today? Wanted to improve your life? Wanted to get a better job? Wanted to make your relationship more meaningful? No! You came here to become perfect. This worship is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, would you think of the way... Wait, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you think is so well-developed, a person that makes you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful, and intend to make you into that person? Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. I really want to pause this. This is easy. It is so easy. Can I pause it by pressing escape? Hopefully that didn't skip anything. I gotta talk about this real quick, fam. You can strive your whole fucking life to mirror other people. At least to me, I can't speak for anybody else, but at least to me, there is nothing more gratifying or rewarding than being your own you, not striving to accomplish what other people have accomplished. So when this guy is spewing on and on, this sounds like a fucking self-help thing, and those really get under my skin, about how to, you know, take the person that you envy most in your life, and you should be them so other people envy you. Fuck that. I've mentioned this before. I never want anybody to look up to me. I want everybody to look across to me, because I don't want you guys to idolize me. I don't want you guys to want to be like me or anything like that. I want you guys to be your goddamn self. And if there are things about me that you want to incorporate, fantastic. But I don't want anybody to try to mirror me or be me. There's no fun in that. So I had to mention that. Yeah, when things are fucked up, there's more incentive to work, build, and fight for a better tomorrow, which is a common factor of war. Well said, Blue Jane. It is so easy. It is so easy. Being perfect is effortless. I guess I'm gonna be the talker. Yep. Holy shit. This is the key. This is awesome. Oh, do I just automatically do I have to say one?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Ooh. Well, let me tell you right now, it isn't effortless. There's not the right answers. I still love you. It's just that you're making me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. It's funny because this is exactly how I see it, and this is why I feel that motivational speakers and shit like that, more often than not, are so full of shit. And by the way, there's the lamppost over there. Everyone is just so... Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise, intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. You understand that you won't be happy until you love me. This is for you. I'm developing a cis gross. Seek out only one thing in life, a simple path forward. Haha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There's no truth, there is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. This Coda guy is amazing. Nothing, no one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy everyone. Run. This is interesting. This is extremely interesting. I'm gonna take a second to elaborate on this. He's speaking to everyone, right? Let's picture yourself in front of a room. You've got all these people, and you're like, la da 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 da. If we turn the camera down, and if you try to zone out the screaming in the background, it's like, hi everybody. And then when you start to see the whole picture, and he's lying to all these people, as you know, you're going through all these options you can select and what to say. He's talking all this bullshit to all these people, and he sees the impending doom. He sees the chaos. He sees the anarchy behind everyone, and he can't ignore it. It's there. No, dude, I lived with a motivational singer. She was like 50 and literally the biggest dipshit I've ever met. Total person and polar opposite of her singing persona. And it's funny because if you guys remember where I just moved from, if you guys watched the vlog about where I had to hide all my shit from a crazy ass ex-roommate, she had a bunch of shit all over her house saying that like love and family and shit like that. And fun little story that I never wanted to use to stab her with, because I could have gotten her very deeply with this one. Her daughter won't talk to her, and she blames the person I was living with blames her husband, blames her daughter for not understanding. She refuses to accept her own blame. And again, she has all this shit around her house saying love and laugh and live and all that happy horse shit, but she's a very fucked up person inside. I like this game, very symbolic. I love this game. Yeah, that bitch you were living with is crazy. She's just who she is, man. I'm not gonna say she's crazy, I'm not gonna judge her. She's just doing what she believes in life, and I guess you have to just respect that and accept it.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Other people, you know, we gotta cut this one off. We're at 37 minutes, and this is a good time. You can talk, bro? You're not gonna talk. Perfect opportunity.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay. We're gonna cut this off for now. But, holy fuck, this is good. And I never record games except for on the weekend, so I'm gonna have to wait until playing more of this until next Saturday and Sunday, but I will be playing it next Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to try to wrap this up as soon as I can because this game is so fucking good. I did want to mention, though, just to finish up the whole other people and being envious of other people and idolizing other people and looking up to other people and believing they are flawless and perfect. Once you can get over that hurdle, if you haven't already, and some people may be able to say that they have completely gotten over that hurdle, but in reality, inside they haven't. It is extremely rewarding to not be envious of other people. It is extremely... It opens you in a lot of ways. So, I hope that for anybody out there who is thinking that they're less than anyone else, when you're not. You're just a human being. You've got your own things in your world, and nobody else can be in your shoes but you. Let's get to a comment. Andrew June shared with us, Mac, first, bitch! Ah! Neighbors, it's not about being first, it's about getting there together. XD. I said this very recently about how much I appreciate the comments you guys leave on my videos. It really makes me feel like I'm doing something that people are connecting to. And when you leave goofy, stupid fucking comments like these, I love them. I really cherish them. I appreciate them. And whatever my videos are worth to you guys, I just want to let you know that your comments are worth that much and more to me. So thank you.